Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello,
goodness.
everybody. It's great to be here today.
Yeah, it is.
Post Bramble Fest.
Yeah, a little tired. Gotta be honest.
Still processing.
What a weekend.
Yep.
Brian.
You thought we were tired yesterday with Alonzo.
Yeah.
We're tired today.
Man,
it
what
hits.
a weekend.
It hits. It's so crazy. It's
I'm
so
getting
much
more
fun.
tired.
I don't know even how you're walking today with how crazy you were at the silent disco, Brian.
Yeah. That's
People
true. That's true.
don't
That's true.
think of Brian as being this crazy party animal.
Yeah.
At
But
one
you
point-
hand him some headphones,
Dude.
put in some living on a prayer. He goes nuts.
Yeah, don't tempt me here.
At one point
Don't
you said,
We're halfway there.
Whoa!
Living on a prayer.
Take my-
Yeah, man. It's typical Saturday night for me, really.
Yeah.
Just usually.
Except that was on a Friday night.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
right.
do understand what you're
All
saying.
I'm saying is usually
it's
it's
a typical.
Saturday.
Was it
Yeah.
hard for you
But
since it's a typical
typical
Saturday
Saturday.
night
I
to
cruised
do it
right
on a
into
Friday?
it. No, cruise right into
Saturday
it. I did
at
it Saturday
karaoke,
too.
You did it. You went again.
Same thing. I put the headphones on and just screamed the song. Same thing.
I
Same
don't
deal.
think the headphones were the headphones piping in the music, or was that just
No,
like
it's just for
just
the
a look?
aesthetic. Yeah, it's just for
It's
the
important
It's just
for you.
how I get in the mind space.
You told me this. I don't think this vodka soda has vodka in it at least 8 times.
Yeah.
I think you said. I'm pretty sure.
You couldn't hear me. I just had to keep yelling. I
you
can tell
kept
you
saying
couldn't
it
hear
over
me.
and over again.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's how I
crazy.
knew you were having a good time.
Yeah.
But it was a really good time.
It sure
at
was.
Bramble
We
Fest.
should do that
Yeah,
again
it
next
was.
year.
We
I think
should.
we might. I think we might do that again. Which now that Bramble Fest is over, up next is Marathon, and it's creeping.
Tease us with a good
creeping
time.
right up upon us. And I don't want to,
but
I don't
you're
want
gonna.
to.
Yeah.
I don't want to
less.
give away anything or too much of nothing. But what I do want
That's
to
what you're
do
doing.
is say, stay tuned. It's going to be wild.
It's gonna be
TM.
wild.
Trademark.
TM.
It's all.
Man.
It is 24 hours of Brian
Mayhem.
doing silent disco
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
So
Christmas
it'll be a
movies
new
in
record.
here.
Nothing.
This is going to be a record for me.
I mean,
Halfway there.
whoa!
Living on a prayer.
I gotta save.
We
I
all
gotta save
decided
it.
2 octaves lower. We did it, and I appreciate that because that's
You
really
gotta save that voice.
that's up there. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean, Bonnie can't even do it anymore.
Bonnie
so.
can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Hey,
you remember all that above.
You
about
remember
him
it's
too,
a
so-
voice he can't do. Wrigley, how was Boss Baby Fest, bud?
Oh boy. Oh, sorry, you just woke me up over here. Well, the post-boss baby fest party is pretty crazy down at Fitzy's.
Oh, there's a post party.
What does that
it's a
mean?
post-party.
Wow, why
After
don't
we
we do
deal
that?
with all the babies, because that's fun, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
We have 32 babies with suits and ties on them in one Red Roof Inn. Like, you're asking for trouble. The fact that we've not just had any liability issues is pretty big on our
None?
part. Yeah.
That we know.
We
about.
lost a few clip-on ties. That's why I say you don't wear clip-on ties. You tie a tie around that baby's neck.
Yeah,
Extra tight. Yeah.
it could go. So, Rig, really quickly, we over at Bramble Fest, we have silent disco, we have karaoke, we have good times. What do you do at Boss Baby Fest? Like, what's the what's the big
We
here's
have
time to
something we
party?
call Order in the Court. It's where all the boss babies get to shout orders as loud as they want, and whoever's the loudest is the ultimate boss baby. It's like our version of the silent disco, but opposite.
But can
Order in the
babies
court.
Oh,
talk?
Order.
Well, you can
Order.
babies talk.
Order.
All right. Are you anti-baby, Brand? You're anti-baby.
I guess.
Babies,
guess
babies
so.
don't make any sounds. Babies real? I don't know. I'm Brandon.
I am not pushing the fake baby agenda.
You think that
I
babies
don't-
aren't real?
I don't buy
you think
into that.
babies are fake?
I think it's.
That's an
I
interesting-
said I think
Somebody
it's.
needs some order in
I
your court.
said I think it's possible. That doesn't mean that
Has
I
anyone
believe
even
it.
seen a baby? That's all he's saying.
You guys, you baby deniers.
Not I.
You
wouldn't-
are. You're
I'm
baby
not in
deniers.
that camp yet.
You are baby deniers.
I'm adjacent to.
You will
best.
never be a boss baby.
Knocking on the door.
Thank you, Wrigley.
You're welcome.
Guys, a new movie aired this weekend.
Yeah, it did.
Unbelievable.
Hallmark typically saves their best for July. You know what I mean?
That's what I've always
Here
heard.
it is
always
when
said
we
that.
get the fastballs right down the middle. I mean, this is good stuff.
And we reviewed Operation Nutcracker at Bramblefest. That episode comes out tomorrow. So double new movie if you did it right. If you did it the
right.
Bramble way.
The Bramble Way.
It's the Bramble way.
It's the only way.
A Very Vermont Christmas is the title of the film. It originally premiered on July 20th. 2024, and it went a little something like this: joy to the world, and it's her name. Joy recently gave up
on a prayer.
Thank
Whoa!
you. Dan, you know better.
I'm sorry.
He
That's
can't.
on me. It's on me.
He can't contain himself.
Oh,
What was that?
nothing.
What was
Let's keep
that?
going.
Ba-bam.
Sorry about that.
On the bass drum.
Did that song play during the sound disco?
I heard it. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys did.
You were
I
on.
heard-
You were
I
on.
heard
Which
that.
color were you? Were you on
That
green?
was like a focaccia. Oh, that was
That's
the
a
that was the
bread. Focaccia's
appetizer.
a bread.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
that's
like
right.
the purple channel.
Oh, the purple channel. Joy has recently given up her dream of being a professional skier to come home and help her mom run the family brewery after her dad recently passed away. We all know Dad.
Mogul Joe?
Yeah.
You mean
Mogul Joe.
MJ?
He's a mogul.
They call me Mogul Joe.
Rival bar owner and ex-boyfriend Greg stops by to give her a brochure of a beer brewing competition that's happening just before Christmas at his bar, Frosty's. Anybody, anywhere can submit a
Whole state.
beer,
Whole
Anybody,
state.
anywhere.
and winner takes all.
Winner takes all,
Loser
which
walks.
is a
Loser
distribution deal.
We don't
for
know
a-
that yet.
Oh.
First, it's
Excuse me.
just...
Oh, right.
For
That comes
fun.
later.
I forgot. For funsies.
It's
There
just
is
for fun.
something that's
I think there's a
prize.
cash prize.
There is, okay.
Which is why she wanted to
Yeah,
join
yeah.
in the first place, because
It'll
they
really
need
help
money.
them,
They're
yeah.
peeling
They're having a
dollars
tough
off
time.
the wall.
To clear her head, she hits the slopes and does some skiing. She gets run into, literally, by a dude named Zach, who clearly doesn't belong on the advanced slope. She's like, how
Hate it when that
about
happens.
you stick with me, and I'll make sure that you don't die or kill anyone else. So they have a wonderful day skiing on the slopes together. She tells him to come by her brewery later, and because he does, and he clearly knows his stuff. This
He
guy's
tells her to come by
she,
her
sorry,
brewery
she tells him,
later because he does.
Because he does.
because he does.
Because he does.
That's why.
That's why we're here.
He knows
You
his
should come
stuff.
by later. Why? Because you do.
You don't have a Christmas tree?
She decides that she may want to enter the competition. She wants to honor her dad's old recipes, though, while adding a little holiday pizzazz. They see each other some more. They're getting to talking. They're having a good time. And we find out that he works for Schultz Beer.
Shoals.
We hate Schultz Beer. They're big beer.
They're big beer.
They are big beer. Apparently, he is heading up the new craft beer division, though. And she's really mad about it. How dare you, big beer, come into my turf of craft beer? Now, Frosty's only does Schultz and other
Yeah, it just sells
bottom barrel
Safe
boys.
stuff.
bottom barrel boys.
Bottom barrel boys. Saw my
Really?
yeah, really good.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people that you don't have high expectations. If you
No,
go in with
the
that,
bottom of the
Thump?
barrel.
They do the thump.
they did the thumb.
It's worth it.
I know.
They don't even do that anymore.
Illegal.
I saw them a year and a half ago. They stopped since then.
They did the thump a year and a half ago.
Where?
Are you serious?
Not
no,
in
you're
a
lying.
club.
I'm not. No,
You
down
are
at
lying.
Timbers.
Timbers. They
Yeah.
did the thump at Timbers
No,
a
they
year
did.
and a half ago.
Yes.
Bottom barrel boys.
You're saying that they've stopped doing it before a year and a half ago?
I don't think that. I think you're breaking news right now. I think everybody else agreed to something that you didn't agree to.
All right, People Mag, everybody else, if you want the
They're
dish,
thumping and babies
contact
aren't
me.
real.
That I said maybe. So they become chummy, and he helps her with her special Christmas brew. The secret ingredient?
Pine. y'all.
Pine. Pine.
I thought it was going to be love. I was wrong.
It's pine, which is already a thing with Christmas brews, but this movie doesn't know that, and they don't want you to know that. And so they are revolutionizing the game
already?
here with the pine. So they launch it with big success. Everyone shows up. They're having a good time. They even slow dance together. But at this point, Greg walks in, sees them slow dancing, and Greg goes full villain mode. First, he overhears what the secret ingredient is. Now, granted, that's not him being a villain. That's just him having good listening ears. That's a goof on Kev. Kevin, behind the bar, you done goofed. But then he goes to talk to her in her office and sees the recipe, sans pine, and takes a picture of it. Takes it to Schultz. And he's like, hey, I got a good beer. Let's do this thing. And they push this Christmas beer replica out overnight.
Yes.
Yep.
It is
Yeah,
ready
that's
to
how beer
go.
works.
And
Especially craft.
Yeah.
And when she finds out
On
about
a large
this,
scale.
On a large
That's
scale.
how it
Yeah,
works.
mass produced.
Yeah.
when she finds out about it, she does the math here.
Oh,
Well,
wait, what sneak in there?
No, not here.
she does some thinking. Well, Zach
Sam Adams does.
Zach knows the secret ingredient. Zach works for Schultz. Zach's gonna run the craft beer division.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely Zach. It's
Yeah.
definitely Zach.
Yeah.
So she gets really mad at Zach. Zach then goes to his boss and is like, hey, you guys are doing the exact same beer, and I'm not about it. Here's the proof. And he's like, this picture of the recipe, I bet if you look at this, you'll notice that it's the exact same recipe that you're doing. And the boss is like, it doesn't have a secret ingredient on it. And Zach's like, is it pine? It's pine. He's like, how'd you know that? And he's like, well, I know stuff. So at this point, now Schultz is faced with a dilemma here, because the competition is upon us, and the competition has gone not just from a cash prize, but it's exceeded that, because the winner was supposed to get the a pour.
Yes.
At Frosty's,
Yeah.
which apparently was a big deal.
Frosty's.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
The Frosty's does good business.
That's right.
And so Schultz, who is
Allegedly.
It's a chain.
Allegedly.
so Schultz, that's right, that's exactly
So
right.
they would have been poured
Yeah.
across
All
the
over.
country. Yes.
So Schultz.
Oh, it's a chain.
yeah.
Okay, that's a big
I didn't
They make
actually
that-
realize
they
it
make
was.
I
that
didn't
clear
either.
at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm
Because I
managing
knew
this Frosty's
Greg
location.
sold it. Greg originally started that one though, or something.
No, he bought it. He bought into the franchise. I think
bought
that's the way I understood it.
I like that.
Either
that
way,
makes sense.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Actually, pretty good
Schultz,
prize then.
Really good price.
Schultz, sponsor of the event, also enters the event with the exact same beer.
That's
If
fine.
that happens.
Yeah.
wait,
This is
what?
this is
fine.
problematic. It is time for the finals, and it is down to one guy. We don't know him. We don't care. Schultz
holidays.
and Joy. Right before they're about to make the big announcements, Schultz says, we're withdrawing from the event because we stole it. The winner is Joy.
What to it?
Huh?
Stole it.
You
He
stole
basically he doesn't say that, but he basically is like, we can't do this.
You stole it.
You stole it.
We stole it.
You should come by later. You know why? Because you.
The winner
'Cause it
is
is.
Joy. Joy wins the event. Big happy fun
Yay.
time. And she's like, hey, Zach, I'm so sorry. I done goofed. I got really mad at you. I didn't realize now that it is Greg. They kiss, and they're going to work stuff out. They're going to make it work, everybody. And that, my friends, was a very Vermont Christmas.
We did it.
We did do it. Let's
Yeah.
take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to... Man,
Wow.
can you get a new
Stuff.
stand for your phone?
I don't know what's going
You
on.
have such a problem with this stand.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
the old stand didn't have a problem.
That's exactly
The
right.
old stand was good.
The old
Make
stand
stands
was
great
good.
again.
We'll be back. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good day. Christmas in July is coming to a close, which is a real bummer. So let's savor it. Let's lap it up like a dog drinking water.
Yeah. All over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. It just splashes everywhere, and then
Barely
maybe a
get
little
any
bit,
in.
maybe a little bit lands on your shirt. You forget to wash that shirt.
Yeah.
That shirt sticks with you until the holiday season. So
Called
you
the
always
mem-
have a
called
little
the
bit of
Christmas
Christmas in
memory.
July with you. Let's start with a hot take. We're going to share exactly how we felt about this movie. We're not going to hold back.
No.
Brian,
Yeah.
I know you're still just
Yeah, I
grooving
got it
to
in
the
my head,
music in
man.
your mind, but just
I'm gonna-
chill for a
yeah,
second
take it
and
down.
let everybody know what you thought about A Very Vermont Christmas.
All right, yeah. Take a pause there. I'll comment down. So this is okay for me, just okay. I was pretty pumped up. I forget what my rating was for this, but I remember being a little bit pumped up for this during the preview. It felt like a new new locations, new ideas thrown into
Talking
the
craft
mix.
beer.
Yeah, craft skiing. We're on the mountain in Vermont. Kind of cool.
You went 4.5 and you creamed.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 3.5 and you creamed it.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's a lot.
Well,
That's
I mean, Bran went 4.5 and creamed
You
it.
sure did,
I
Bran.
did 0.5, and for the
0.5.
love
That's
of
pretty
God,
high,
I don't
huh?
know why I gave it 0.5. Oh, you guys talked me into
yeah, we
it.
probably
You
did.
losers.
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
I
that
said
was me.
0 the
Well-
whole way.
We didn't know.
Unbelievable.
We were led down the wrong path here. And I feel like this.
Can't believe you guys chanted. It was a chant situation. That's what you did.
We probably did.
Feel ashamed.
It was fun though at the time. And then
Why
we
would
wouldn't
I
have
feel
this.
shame about it?
Yeah, I don't.
Have
I'm
you
not
seen
ashamed.
this movie?
Yes. Why would I feel shame about it? Though?
Okay, here we go.
We didn't know what we were getting into. But I feel like this movie was kind of like a craft beer person where it took itself like a little too seriously. It wasn't as fun as I had hoped. It needed, in my opinion, a more like entertaining, quirky cast of characters. Like
Okay.
some people, like staples at the bar who are just sitting there
Yeah,
and they're just
instead of
funny.
no one.
Instead of 0 people
Yeah.
at the bar. I don't know, some people on the mountain like doing
Instead
goofy
of no
stuff.
one, yeah,
Yeah, like falling off the chairlift. I don't know, the quirkiness. Like that's what always wins me over. I didn't feel bad for Mogul Joes at all. It's their own fault. It's their own dang fault for not evolving, for being like
Hyper-capitalist
stubborn.
Brian Harold on
Yeah.
the line.
I mean, 100% in this case. Like they just are not willing to try. Like they're barely getting by and not doing a lot to make it any better. One of my
try.
favorite things in the
Barely
world
getting
at Christmas time.
Riding sky high.
One of my favorite things is a bar at Christmas time, decorated like crazy. You can barely move in it.
You doing okay, bud?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Your favorite
not
thing is a bar at Christmas time?
In a movie, like what I get feels from if you
I should
walk.
stop by later because I will.
Is,
I will. I'm a regular.
Oh man, just gotta be at a bar. You walk in, like there's Christmas music going. Hopefully somebody's playing it on a guitar. Like it's just the vibes in there. It's well lit. That movie, what was that? The Kismet. That they had almost a perfect Christmas time bar in that movie.
Kismet Christmas.
Phenomenal scene. And they just didn't do any of that here. There wasn't even a Dispatch song playing anywhere. We're in Vermont, their hometown. Like, are you kidding me? You guys know about Dispatch?
I don't know about Dispatch.
Oh, you
I
probably-
think I'm
I
good.
know about Dispatch.
You don't care? Okay.
I like him.
I like them a lot. I feel like you'd love them. Anyway, I listened to a lot of Dispatch this weekend after this movie to get my fill. It just didn't feel like what it could have felt like for me. Though I do appreciate a Massachusetts-based company produced this movie. Pretty cool.
I mean, Sam Adams, the original United States microbrew, like they're it. I mean, they're a big deal now, but they're technically still a microbrew.
Sold
from what I
out.
understand by
They
the-
did sell out as they
sellouts.
should. If you want to try to make it, I mean, there's a way to do it, a pathway, and they're just this bar at Mogul Joe's not into it. So it was just okay for me at the end of the day.
So I have eyes and I have ears and I watched a movie and I understand and I get it and blah, blah, blah. I loved it. I had a really delightful time.
You just are just a sucker for any Christmas in July
I
movie.
am a sucker, yes.
It's like a desert for
and
him.
you know
Yeah,
what
at this
though? If
point.
this makes me a sucker,
Oasis,
if this makes me a
Vermont Oasis.
sucker,
right.
Dan, then call me King Sucker.
King
Because
Sucker.
Yeah,
King
hey,
I
King
Sucker.
will.
Sucker.
I
You're a
will.
sucker. A
I
king
will
sucker.
reign
Change your license plate.
and I will rule.
You're a sucker for Yule.
And that's exactly right.
You'll
And I will
sucker.
say
Sucker for Yule.
there was something about this movie
All of the Yuletide
that I found to be
baby.
quite charming
Brand's a sucker for you.
and delightful.
That's a good one.
And is it the best movie of the year? Lord, no. But
for you.
I had a good time. Dano?
This movie's called A Very Vermont Christmas. It could have taken place literally anywhere. Vermont does not matter to this movie at all. Zero. I've never
Actually forgot it took place in
I've
Vermont.
never seen a movie with the title having a location in it that mattered less than this movie. Why is it called A Very Vermont Christmas? I guess because Vermont people are least likely to get angry at them for just randomly using their state. So that's one. Very Vermont Christmas. It's not in Vermont. It isn't. These people have never seen Vermont. They don't even no, absolutely not. Second of all, everything Brian said, correct. There's no extras anywhere in this movie. It is until the very end, it is a bare minimum situation of movie making. This movie was made on a shoestring budget. The plot is not compelling at all. Nothing about it is compelling. This plot was stale for Hallmark 10 years ago. The beer phrases that they throw around are stuff that would have been maybe in the zeitgeist 20 years ago. Everyone in this movie feels like they've made this movie 1,000 times and they're stuck in some sort of weird purgatory where they've been damned to make this movie over and over again. And this is like the 3,000th iteration, the third iteration, if you will. They're just so over it. And they're just like, what if we just called it a very Vermont Christmas this time? That is what's going on here. It is the bottom barrel boy without the thump of movies. It is really, really bad. This is one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen. It's really terrible. I can't believe Brand's take, and I watched it with him. And I know at one point he said, I mean, I kind of like it, but I thought he was saying that in a fun, like, some Christmas is better than no Christmas way. But this is inexcusable. We need to go back to all of Brand's Christmas in July takes. This is the worst Christmas in July movie I've ever seen. I just want to know where it ranks for him on that list.
Oh,
that's tough, huh?
I don't know.
Christmas Camp Bobby Campo.
That's
not better than this, right?
It's
right. Take Me Back to Christmas, definitely better than this.
Oh yeah.
Camp Christmas, definitely better than this. Crashing Through the Snow, definitely better than this. Royal Christmas Crush, I think it's better than this.
Oh,
but it's close.
No, not for me.
But basically, this is still bottom 2 for you, would be my guess.
What was the one earlier this month?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We've Operation Nutcracker, which we all
There's
all
another
did
one.
watch. What was the other one?
I know.
Oh, there was
Falling Like Snowflakes. That movie's better than this movie.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Brand.
I
don't know.
The way you raved about that movie.
Yeah.
That movie, which is atrocious,
Today's
is
a new
better
day.
than this movie.
Today's a new day.
But is this better or worse? You got to pick.
Let's check tomorrow.
Better or worse than
Falling
the
Like Snowflakes.
I'll go. This is better.
Wow.
Why?
But stay tuned tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with
Why is it
Operation
better?
Nutcracker. Why?
I don't know, Dan. I just watched it. Okay. I just love Christmas. Okay.
It's on top of mind here.
I don't know. I just thought it was a good time. Is that not good enough for you?
It isn't.
Okay, fair enough. It's time for all the feels, where we talk about what in this movie gives us
right.
feels. Brian.
Yeah, some of the music was really on point, I noticed. So I enjoyed the music in this, except for one. There was one scene where there was a song that was completely misplaced, and it just didn't belong. It felt way off. Other than that, music really good. Also, Christmas beer stein feels. Some nice steins.
A lot of beer steins.
Really, I think I might need to get into the Stein game this season.
Talk to your local place about it. You're there every day.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I could just bring it up. Yeah. Okay. So that's it.
I love the name Frosties for a bar. I think that's really fun. And I just want to say that there are some bars out there that are Christmas bars. And I have still not been to one. I can't find, there's not one near us.
All
and
the time? They're Christmas?
Yeah. There's one in Orlando that happened after I left Florida.
Of course.
I've heard of a couple of other ones. Maybe you and me,
We just
bar, as a big
open
beer,
one up?
big beer boy that I am. We open up a bar. As somebody who lives in a bar at Christmas
there
time,
anyway. Yeah.
you might as well own one, and then
Man.
it's just
All
decorated
the
to
time.
the.
We could record there.
I know that you've not even asked me, which insulting, but I'm in on a Christmas bar.
Well, he says he goes there. He goes.
He
I
would
love
be
it.
our boots on the ground.
Yeah.
He's there.
But you
every
can't.
day.
You also at a certain point you have to start paying.
You can't drink the
You
inventory.
can't have an unlimited tab.
You can have some, but you like.
Oh man. What if I clean up to pay off my tab sometimes? Maybe I do tasks like
You
shovel.
could pay off your tab and pour yourself in a cab.
Think I could get back there by
Before 2, yeah.
just do a circle around the block?
That's right.
That's cool. Dan.
No.
Nothing?
No. I will say this. This is a way what to, but
Mogul
the
feels?
dollar bills all over the wall at this establishment
Something
remind
his
me of my.
grandfather did. Yeah, here we go.
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, and my favorite restaurant that is still in business down there has been doing this bit for a long time.
Ladies?
And they still do it. No, the place you've been, a bunch. D's
Remember
Wings.
you put you put
Yes.
a dollar on the wall?
And
we wrote Mogul Joe.
We were at Mogul Joe's. And so it made me think of that establishment and how much I love the food. So there's that. Shout out D's Wings in Columbia.
Shout
there
out.
you go.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get to the way, what, and the what the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Whoa, we're halfway there.
Whoa! Oh man,
Yeah, that's tough.
I can't
been
believe
going
you have
too
a
hard.
voice.
Good
I
bit
can't believe you have
after
a
Bramble
voice.
Fest. Yeah.
It's time for Wait What, so we're talking about what in this movie minutes ago. Wait, what? I'll start with you, Brian. Brian, anything stick out to you, buddy?
Yeah, a few minor things. The Brewski pamphlet Greg handed her when he was telling her about the event had so many words on it.
I say it has so
Lot
much
of
text.
words.
It's text heavy.
Yeah.
Text
Super
heavy.
text.
100 all the
Yeah.
text.
I wrote that
Like,
down,
are
too.
those all terms and conditions? Like, what is he?
No one's
what
gonna read
is
all that.
That's like it must be the just the standard template text that comes on a pamphlet that you're supposed to.
I don't
edit.
even think the standard has that much text.
So-
They
No.
add-
Because
they
the
doubled it up.
standards, the
They
standards
copy-paste the
know.
standards?
Standards know you need
That's-
some pictures or people
that's
are
a-
going to check out.
That's a pamphlet for like an encyclopedia conference. Like just all the words. And
How much money to go to an encyclopedia conference, Brian?
Oh, I don't think the number exists.
you get a
so
you
sad.
get a whole collection to take home.
But all the words, I don't know.
Encyclopedia conference. you have to attend every session, every keynote.
Oh.
You
I don't
can't
think I
leave
could.
early.
Like,
all weekend.
do I
all
have,
weekend.
do I have to stay awake?
It starts Friday at noon with a mixer. You got to go.
I'm out on the mixer.
You got to go. And then there's sessions Friday night,
Yeah.
Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and then a Sunday lunch, like goodbye mixer.
Yeah.
Have to attend all of them through the end of the keynote.
Who's keynote?
Tommy Flanagan will be the keynote
Oh,
Friday.
well, that's pretty good.
I'm in
night.
for that.
Daryl
That's Friday.
Buxter,
Yeah,
and then Cindy Lowe.
I'm out on Cindy Lowe.
Wow.
you can't though. You have to do them all.
I don't
to do 'em
believe,
all.
I don't believe her.
Yeah, I only gave you 3 keynotes, and there's at least 6 sessions, 5 sessions, but we'll get there. Cindy Lowe's twice.
Some
Cindy
surprise.
Lowe's 2
I
of
hear
them.
there's
All right.
some
And
surprise
that's
keynotes.
the keynotes. That's not all the undercards.
Is there any-
That's
is there
just
any-
the
Is
keynotes.
there any bands?
No bands. It's a encyclopedia conference.
No, it's very quiet.
There's
yeah.
a few slideshows.
Nice.
Yeah.
and they use it on a projector. You hear the click,
Nice.
Encyclocon, dude, you're ready.
dude. 2024.
All right, you talked me into it. I'm in.
They also the Brewski event. It didn't even have a ski portion. Like step outside and
Yeah,
then it's a
I'm so
Brewski
glad
event.
you're saying this because they go to great detail to combine
Yes.
brewing beer and skiing
Yes.
in this movie, only for us to wind up with an event that has nothing to do with skiing
Nothing.
at all.
Like just do it
There's no
outside.
ski
That would have been
components.
so cool. At the end of the movie, they're all outside at the bottom of the mountain. They're handing out the beer like samplers,
You
and
gotta chug 6 of these bad boys and make it down the Black
Yes.
Diamond.
Not a single sampler either. Like
No,
a
no, no.
little
No,
sampler
no, no.
glass. No, just pouring full
The
glass.
big boys.
Full.
That's
It's 16
right.
ounces at 10
That's right.
a.m.
Yeah.
And beer drinking, unfortunately,
Your
for,
lips to God's ears, am I right?
the I'm sure I'll pick up on something that I said there when I re-listen to this. Did I miss something? Did I
You
say
love
something?
bars.
Oh, of course. Oh, all right. So I just got all the yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go 22. You just stick on the 16.
right, you're 16.
Like there's no need for 22
There's
or more.
no need for 22.
Beer drinking's going down. I don't know how to break it, how else to say it to this movie. Like I was looking up stats, like
Yeah.
the adults drinking beer decline.
That's right.
The adults drinking.
Microbreweries decline.
Declining.
It is not the time
People
for
are
this movie.
Is
more-
it cocktails? Is that what's going
It's
on?
well, it's hard seltzers, it's
Yeah.
cocktail drink, it's non-alcoholic beers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're huge now. Like
Yeah.
people are just not into beer that much anymore. So
Comparatively, yes.
yeah, relative to the years, it's just going down every year. So unfortunately, that's.
I mean, Kid
bad.
Rock said he wasn't going to drink anymore. So
Oh, did he? I missed
pretty,
that news.
he shot
That's a
him
big-
with a gun. It's pretty
Oh, he
serious
did?
stuff.
Oh, that beer. That
gotta shut
one.
it- shut it
Right.
down.
Yeah, he's not going to drink any Bud Light.
Right.
anymore.
Oh, he's still going to drink though?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I was
obviously.
I was concerned.
That would
Unless-
be. He's not canceling anything.
That would be
Like,
national news.
yeah. Oh, he's done. Well, I'm sure he'll let us know too when he's done. And so obviously, I mean, it's ridiculous. We even have to say that Scholl's is making a holiday brew that they're releasing 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah. They were
mean-
not. It's even closer than that because the competition's on the 23rd, and they had
It's
2 weeks to make it. And
yeah
release
to make it and package it and
and
roll it
release
out
it.
and design. And you remember like that movie where they designed the label for that liquor
Yeah,
that
for-
took them like
in
a month.
Ireland or Scotland. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
label design takes a little bit.
But also, and just to piggyback on this, to take out another one of mine, the person in charge of rolling out this new beer, creating it,
Yeah.
brewing it, packaging it, he is a regional vice president. So that would be like if Anheuser-Busch went to the
Right,
the regional
regional, yeah.
office in the southeast of the United States
Yeah.
and was like, don't give me the president.
no, he's too busy.
Yeah, give me the second in command in this region
Yeah.
to roll out a new holiday beer for us
At
in
holiday
the next.
time.
Yes,
He's got no time off. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to see his family around Christmas. So
it's crazy.
just absolutely just nonsense, ridiculous. And then the final one was just that I know in my heart Mogul Joe's is going to be okay, and that's because patronage went up about 1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
Because they had 0 people, and then by the end of the movie,
it's an infinity sign.
the door
percent.
is
That's
just
all it is.
constantly swinging open and
That's right.
shut.
Yep.
The number of people at Mogul Joe's, so they're going to be just fine.
They're gonna be okay.
And so that feels good.
Greg walked in to hand her the pamphlet and says, we're doing an event on December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. And we know that. We know the 23rd is the day before Christmas Eve. You don't need to say it.
Yeah, he announced
December
that.
23rd.
Christmas
the day
Eve.
before
It's
Christmas
right
Eve.
there in
Day
that
before
pamphlet.
Why
Christmas
stop?
20,000 words.
Why not just say December 23rd?
Day-
12/23.
Day 356 of the year.
Christmas Eve.
You know, day 356.
know,
Whatever,
counting down,
whatever
it's
you want to do.
Christmas -2.
She tells him, "Come by my place, the bar, because he is at 3 p.m. That's what time we open." He shows up. She says, "We're not open yet." Why did he show up early?
Yeah.
When she specifically said 3? How close is it to opening?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's an interesting move for him to be told 3 and go, "I'm sure they're open.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll."
And then to ask, "You guys open yet?"
You guys open yet? You know what time. Schultz is spelled SCHOLZ,
Shoals.
which is
It's wild.
wild.
6 Schlitzes.
He sees cookies and says, "I didn't know you were going to go all Martha Stewart on me." And I don't really have anything to add.
It's just there were
Just
3 cookies on a plate. That's
interesting.
Martha Stewart.
That's Martha
It's
Stewart.
crazy how that works.
I think this one might be my
Every
favorite.
time I grill for my family, I say, I just want all Bobby Flay on y'all. I do it every time.
6 smoked burgers.
Another Bobby Flay treatment for you guys today.
Oh, you made lobster? No.
I can't believe someone made Christmas cookies. This is crazy. No one
this
ever
is
does that.
unbelievable.
Only Martha Stewart's
You're
do
on
it.
day 352. It's unbelievable.
So when Zach finds out
T-2 days?
that the recipe was stolen, he confronts his boss. And he shows him the picture and all that stuff. And he says, "There's 2 options for you." and he brought envelopes, which is great.
Good move.
Envelope number 1 said the boss's name was like Bob something, his last name.
Bob Barker.
The envelope says Bob, last name, number 1.
Yep.
The second envelope, Bob, last name, number 2. But then he like explains the options.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's inside the envelopes?
Confetti.
The envelope number 1, drop out of the event. Option number 2, stay in the event. You didn't need the envelope.
You don't need the envelopes.
But I appreciate the visual aid. I do want to point out that, so there's 50 people that entered this event.
Yep.
They narrow it down to 3. 1 is a random person, and 2 and 3 are the same exact beer.
Same exact beer.
And the judges didn't. They blinded. The blind
blind
tasted
taste
it.
tested.
They didn't know that they were Schultz was going to drop out. But with 50 beers, 2 of the beers they picked
exact same.
were the exact same beer.
That's right.
It's a really good
It's
beer.
the best. What can you say?
That's it. Dana?
So a lot of these movies, they take a shortcut, which is necessary, where they have a narration to start
Yeah.
of like, my dad died, my blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This movie decides that mom and daughter are going to sit in the bar and look at the dollar bills on the restaurant and basically talk about owning the bar like they've just remembered they own it. They basically spend the first 5 minutes of this movie telling you the plot of the movie and talking like they would talk in normal conversation. I don't know how to describe that. Like, it would be like if you and I were sitting here talking and then somebody walked in and I was like, you know, we host this podcast called Deck the Hallmark.
Yeah,
right,
I've
Brian?
heard- yeah, I know.
And you're a host as well.
Yeah, I am.
Do you
And
remember
you
when
too.
you took over as a host around 2 years ago?
There used to be
at this
another one,
time?
and then I came
There
in.
used to be another one,
I
named
remember
Panda,
that.
and then it was you, and that was roughly 2
Yeah.
years ago. And we kicked that off at Bramble
Almost
Fest,
2
which is a
years to-
festival
yeah.
that we have.
Yeah.
That is what they're doing at the beginning of this movie. It's insufferable.
Oh.
It is like so obvious that they're not talking to real people. They're talking to the viewers at home. It's crazy. Let's talk about the dollar bill thing for a second. They have dollar bills from patrons all over the world.
Dollar bill,
The problem is they don't have those throughout the restaurant. They have them on one board in the restaurant. That means they have like 12 people that love
Business
the bar.
has slowed down a bit. I
It
don't know if
is,
you'd heard.
but this is something, if you're going to commit to the dollar bills on the walls, it's got to cover the wall. Like, it's a vibe. Have you ever been in a place like that?
With stuff all over the walls?
Yeah, but like
Oh,
dollar
it's-
bills especially.
No, I don't think dollar bills,
The
but
dollar bill thing is something that is like a lot of people do it in the South. Like a lot of like just like dive bars and stuff. But you don't just do that and be like, oh, there's a dollar bill wall right over there. It's everywhere. Like, it is a bit that is like really leaned into. And I will tell you this, as someone that owns a small business, if you're taking those dollar bills down to pay for something, it's over. It's over. It's done. Love you. Wish it had worked out. I'm not Brian over here. But if you're taking
dollar bills on every wall of my house,
Sharpie written dollar bills off of the wall because you are in need of the $30 in cash to make a payment of something you need that day, it's over.
you know what I might do with those?
It's done.
At the end of the, I would shut down every night, and all the new dollar bills, I might take those down and put up like a fake dollar bill, and I'd pocket the cash.
Yeah, that sounds like you. That sounds more like
move.
you.
Yeah, take
Like
that right to the
She
bank.
also
Like a real
just
monster.
changes her tune
Yes.
on this so quickly. Because at
So
the beginning, she's
quickly.
like, "I'm never
Yeah.
going to take down the dollar bills." That's how you know it's over. And then 10 minutes later, it's not over.
Over, if you're gonna believe it. The fact that this movie is like so stale, but it is still written in 2023, 24. They should know better than to go, my brilliant idea for a beer to win this contest is a hop forward IPA. That wasn't a cutting edge idea in 2014. I mean, it just is so far removed. And then the guy who's the sommelier of beers or close to it says, you're exactly right. And he says this exact line: a holiday IPA will bring Mogul Joe's past into the future. No, it'll just continue to be in the past. And that's fine. But I thought they were going to go crazy with the beer. I did. I thought it's 2024. They're not going back to the IPA well. They went back to the IPA well. She does bring cookies. He's like, you went all Martha Stewart on me. She's like, no. These cookies are a palate cleanser. So in between trying beers, jam your mouth full of this Christmas cookie, and that'll make the next beer taste the way it should taste.
Yeah. I like chocolate in between, personally, like M&Ms.
Most people, water is their go-to for palate cleansers. Not Martha Stewart over there.
No.
Christmas cookies. At one point, he says, you look beautiful, and she responds immediately with, that's not what I was going for. Okay, cool. Extra, at one point, he's on the phone, and he's got a meeting at a restaurant, and an extra comes over and just points at her watch because she can't talk. So she walks over in an empty restaurant and just goes,
that's great.
and then walks off. It's an all-time.
I also don't know what her point is.
Maybe he has a meeting and it's time.
Is there like
I have no idea.
everyone knows there's a 1 minute phone?
I
rule?
guess.
I don't know.
Idea. Two last things. First of all, she talks to her dad all movie long, which is supposed to be really sweet. And the actor in this movie, who's the female lead, is doing a great job. Like, she really is. She's the one part of this movie that I was like, I wish there was a better movie around her.
She did.
But at one point, she starts having she goes from talking to him all movie, like, Dad, I hope we make you proud. And, well, Dad, I don't want to lose the bar. And then late in the movie, she starts having like an argument with her dad, like a back and forth with him. Can she hear him responding to her? May have been a better What the Hallmark.
Lord
now that I
works
say
in
it out
mysterious
loud.
ways, baby.
It was a weird bit. And then lastly, she goes into this bar to confront this
Did you say bar?
bar. I did, yeah. Menace named Greg about stealing her beer. And then he goes into the back room for some reason. And she takes his beer from the tap, pours it out, and cracks open one of hers out of a can and pours it. Now, number one, a beer out of the tap is going to taste way different than a beer in a can.
better
And you know
than a
that
day on
better
the
than
golf
anybody.
course.
That's right, yeah.
I don't need to explain.
So that's one. He would notice the difference immediately. But bigger than that, why did she do that?
Yeah, just to trick him, I guess, to be like, I know it didn't do anything.
They had a bigger sting in place where she was going to con him and get his phone and get the recipe from his phone to prove he did it. None of that hinged on him drinking her beer.
Yeah, the picture would have sufficed.
Yeah.
Just looking at the phone.
It literally is at the end. She's like, and by the way, you're drinking my beer. Why? It matters
The
not.
only thing I can think of is maybe he had like convinced himself that it wasn't exactly like maybe it tasted a little bit different. But if he can't tell the difference, then no one can tell the difference, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess
She was making a point.
it was that part of the movie made no sense. It was like Job in the cooler in Arrested Development. It didn't make any sense at all. That's all I got, Brandon.
It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been, maybe having some clarity, any questions that we still have. Boy, a lot of this could be wrapped up, I think, in Very Vermont Christmas 2, but we don't have that yet. So, Brian, we will ask the question.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Real quick question about, did I miss something about a scavenger hunt conversation? I know we jumped in on like the tail end of a scavenger. She's like, that sounds like a good scavenger hunt or something about a scavenger hunt. And then he started doing like a scavenger hunt for her, but I didn't catch the plan for that. Did he explain that at any point that he was going to start doing a scavenger hunt for her?
No, they just mentioned it.
Okay, all right.
Scavenger hunts are awesome.
I feel like I missed something. I'm like, I'm not going back and looking for it. We're on a tight schedule here. So yeah, I just wonder, I'd like a little more info on what the heck was the first part of that scavenger hunt conversation.
Yeah, I mean, mine is, so they do win the competition. They are going to be in the Frosties establishment, which at the time I thought was just a one.
This is mine too. They're not.
Okay.
She turns it down.
She says no altogether?
She says no altogether.
I thought she said no to
distribution deal is that. They're the same thing. A distribution deal is we're going to pour the beer and distribute it across the country.
I thought that the distribution deal was like a bigger thing, but it would still be in the store.
The way I understood it was they're going to pour her beer.
Okay. My understanding was that it was the winner was going to get be in Frosties, but Schultz offered her a deal to basically become a Schultz beer.
Frosties, I mean, I guess there is a little bit of confusion there because Schultz and Frosties
are not
company.
Correct. Right. Frosties serves Schultz beer. Yeah. Schultz made her the offer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be distributed by Schultz.
So my understanding was that she's still going to be in Frosties. My point is still the same. They're a very small establishment.
This is mine too.
How much can they realistically brew before Christmas to be able to actually serve how much is actually going to sell? I think they're up against it. I'm worried about them, and I think this is a classic you grow too quickly situation. You don't have the money and the resources to actually keep up with that growth.
And the flip side of that, the second part of that I would add is you turn down a distribution deal. This is not we're buying your beer. This is because your beer won this contest, we will distribute your beer across the country for you in our trucks. Any microbrew in the country would say yes to that. Right?
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was synonymous with buying them out, but you're right. That's not what he says. So.
It isn't what he says, and it's one of these things where, yes, microbrews have integrity and stuff, but to your point, Brian, about Sam Adams or whomever, at some point, your next step, if you're making beer, is to get to as many people as you can.
Wondery comes along. Hey, we want to put Deck the Hallmark on all our feeds. Distribute it. You would not say no to that. I don't think.
I don't think we would. I mean, no, I think even beer is different. Beer is different though than, in my opinion, because you're trying to make beer for people to drink. If you have, there's not a lot of, you want the beer to taste the same. You know what I mean? For years and years and years and years, and so you don't. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me at all. That's all I got.
Our Double Decker of the Week is where we dive into the life of a Double Decker that signed up for Bramble Jam Plus at the Double Decker tier or higher. They get Facebook group, some extra podcasts and stuff, and Brian invades their personal life and airs sometimes their dirty laundry on the air.
Unfortunately,
who do we have today, Dano?
That's a good question,
We have Kendra Folsom.
Whoa. It's already
Kendra Folsom.
Kendra Folsom. Yeah, I did do a little deep dive into Kendra using the Google Plus. Don't look it up. And it turns out, this movie mentioned an après ski party. After ski, you go...
What? An eat, pray, ski party?
Après ski party? You never heard of this?
No.
Après ski. Après ski party.
I don't know what you just said.
Après is after.
Dan, you got to go to the encyclopedia thing with me.
Yeah, you guys join him.
Après ski sounds like some northern BS.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Got it.
So après ski parties, you ski all day, and then at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, you go into the bar, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's a party. I used to work at a radio station, and we would host après ski parties, and so 4 in the afternoon.
I think they're making this up. I think
no, this is a real après ski, man.
Why not just say after party?
Because it's an après ski party.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Can we do this for anything else but skiing?
Après
golf party? You could.
Well, it's funny you
recording
say
party?
that because
The Apre boss baby party was.
the
was
Apre boss
insane.
buddy party. Yeah,
You wouldn't call it that though.
it's
Order in the
funny
court.
because Kendra's she's on the same wavelength as you because she feels like there is an opportunity for other types of Apre parties. Okay, other events maybe that deserve an Apre.
What's it called?
So Kendra's come up with this idea. It's called Apricot. It's a really straightforward idea.
After cot?
Apricot party.
So after you sleep?
That's another.
It's called breakfast.
What are you talking about?
This is more along the lines of like you should celebrate wins and victories and little moments like that. And so one thing that she's realizing, Kendra noticed after people are caught doing something wrong, it's not really celebrated for the person who caught them. So like,
apricot.
so you catch somebody red-handed,
Not
busted.
apricot.
Apricot party time.
Apricot party time.
So
anytime somebody catches somebody
bless
doing
you.
something.
Gotcha.
So like, let's say I was trying to like steal your orange soda,
I'd be like, get your hands off that.
and as soon as you do
Now
it,
wave
you're
him
like,
in the hair, like you just
wave
don't
him in the
care.
hair. Yeah,
You
wave
know,
him in the
like,
hair.
music would start. It'd be
Absolutely.
Like,
Apres, yeah.
"Whoa,
Everybody's
we're halfway
partying.
there.
Whoa!
Living on a prayer.
Is this one of these things that you've been doing lately? And when I say you, I mean our double deckers, where
Yeah.
it isn't a business, it's just a phrase or a code to live by, or is this a business
No, this
called
inspired a
apricot?
business. This is an event planner business.
So as soon as you catch me with the seltzers, you don't start partying. You're like, gotcha, and you call. You're like, I need apricot
Stat.
on the phone
Yeah.
immediately because
She-
we have
she-
a
absolutely.
411
You
operator.
can either
Yes.
have
Operator.
a phone installed.
apricot,
So,
stat.
yeah, apricot.
and then they're there.
They are. And it's just, you start partying. And
Wow.
music starts. And, I mean, obviously, you're taken away. You're not allowed.
Yeah,
You're
no, no,
caught.
yeah,
You've been
yeah, you've been
apricot.
caught. I can't be there.
And we have
I'm not
the party.
apricot, yeah.
And we party. You got to celebrate the wins.
Yeah,
And
après
so-
ski party. We
yeah.
all knew what that was.
Absolutely.
Well, we did it, everybody. Congratulations. We're going to be back tomorrow with Operation Nutcracker and so much more. The final week of Christmas in July. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.